Hello and welcome to a new Aircoop TV.
We're calling this the Prep and Fret episode because that's what we've been doing all week long.
Oshkosh 2021 is coming up, as is the Aircoop convention for the 81st anniversary of the Aircoop in Wausau, Wisconsin. Now, that's a long trip for us. I've done it once before, obviously. 2019 was the last trip to Oshkosh I did. We've been going through all the planning here. There's a lot of planning involved in this trip, especially because we're going with two people this time, which is a bit more of a challenge for the Aircoop.
I'm a challenging passenger. He might have to jettison me.
She's very easy, but I shouldn't say that, should I?
But not cheap.
All right. Yeah, it's a challenging trip because we have to get across the Continental Divide, which is pretty high. Rock Springs, we're looking at 7,400 feet, I think.
Possibly 10,000 density altitude or more.
Density altitude. It's very hot. It's unusually hot this time of year. We've been suffering it here in California, and it's 10 degrees warmer than it was the last time I did this trip, even in Wyoming. So that's a challenge. I got a little bit ahead of the game in getting the maintenance on the Aircoop sorted. I did an oil change, changed all the plugs. My IA looked the aircraft over, gave me a clean bill of health. I do have a little bit of an annoying oil leak. It's valve cover gaskets. It's not the end of the world. But rather than fix that at this point, right before a big trip, I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to open things up right now. So we're going with that.
So on Sunday, we went to the Nevada County Airport. That's our local. And James did a test flight. And then...
several test flights.
Yes.
So we did three flights. Yeah. I flew the aircraft first, which was the test flight after the oil change and plugs. Everything was good. It was very warm. It was about 96 degrees. We're at 3,150 feet here, but with the density altitude, we were up to 6,300.
Yeah.
So I got back, was light on fuel, took Diane up just to make sure the aircraft was still climbing out well. It was. We were getting basically 400 to 600 feet per minute on our trip around the pattern.
Yeah.
So then we came back. We added 14 gallons of fuel, and then we took off again. We were seeing reasonable climbs still, and we climbed up to 8,000 feet. So.
And we got off the ground in 1,400 feet?
1,400 feet, yeah. So we were still... I normally get off the ground in 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
So it was a bit longer.
He does have a climb prop, by the way.
Yeah, it's an 0200, 100 horsepower with a 46 pitch climb prop.
All right, so what are we going to do with this guy while we're crossing the Continental Divide? That's the burning question.
Who is this?
This is Charles.
Right, you've seen him in other videos.
Wait, and what about this guy? Come here. Oh, this is Darwin.
Darwin's a big dog.
He weighs more than Charles still. Anyway.
So my mum has graciously agreed to come up and stay here for a few weeks while we do the trip and look after these two characters.
Who we love dearly.
Yeah, we wish we had a 3-place Aircoop, but that never happened. No. So here's the basic route. It's the northern route as opposed to the southern route through Arizona, Texas, and then up. The northern route seems better for temperatures and hopefully general weather. It's 1,800 miles from California to our first destination of Wausau, Wisconsin for the Aircoop convention. We're looking to do it flying half days, working remotely in the afternoon, in 5 days. First night in Nevada, second night in Utah, Brigham City probably, and then an early launch over the mountains to Wyoming. If there are any viewers located along the route, and especially in Wyoming, who would be interested in helping out, drop me a note through the Contact Me page on my www.jamesgood.com website. Thank you. Wyoming is the biggest challenge for our little Aircoop, loaded well up. Rock Springs, Wyoming, has an elevation of 6,700 feet, so taking off fully loaded in summer will be interesting. It also has a 10,000-foot runway and will be departing early, but these sorts of situations you have to be very careful with. Wildfire smoke is another hazard we'll have to deal with out west here. That can ground us for sure, and there are fires active right now. Once we're over the Continental Divide, we'll be heading to lower elevation airports and density altitude will be much less of an issue. We will have to watch out for afternoon storms, low visibility, and other weather situations though. For weight and balance planning, we've done a lot of work to pare our camping, clothing and supplies down to the minimum. We'll be just within the 1400 gross weight limit, but limited to 2 hours of fuel plus reserves. 2 hours is a good leg, so that's not too bad. Diana's been very patient and understanding with me in reducing the weight in the baggage area, allowing us to make this trip a little safer.
All right, so stay tuned for more updates as we do more tests with the Aircoop. And also, please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe and check Aircoop.
Aircooptv.com.
Aircooptv.com.
Yeah.
James will put the link on the screen for updates.
Yeah,
and
we'll try and post updates on there. And obviously check YouTube, the channel.
And if you have local knowledge you can share, we love sharing. So thank you very much and stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye. Actually, you probably don't need that wave. Whoa. Right, a bit nervous. That good enough? I think that was a forced smile.